Anders here, Vapor Trail Archery. I'm going to go over our new rest for 2014. This is our target rest called the Blade X. It is not a limb-driven rest, so it's going to be our first rest that we've ever done that's not a limb-driven style. It is obviously strictly a target rest. The nice thing about this is it will swap over with the Limb Driver Micro Elite. So if you're already shooting a Limb Driver Micro Elite, this rest you can actually swap back and forth with it if you want to have the same main bracket system and shoot either a target style blade rest or a limb driven rest. I'll go over the actual rest itself first, and then I'll kind of show you how to swap them back and forth. But this is obviously the same as the Micro Elite. It is a micro adjust windage and elevation, exact same head as the Micro Elite. But you're going to have a simple shaft coming out, different nose piece, different spring retainer that houses the launcher blade. Now, this launcher blade comes in an 8, a 10, a 12, and a 15 thousandths thickness, and that comes in both a wide and a narrow pattern for your different target arrows. If you've got the bigger fast shafts, we do have a blade that will work for those as well. This blade is recessed into the shaft, so if you take these bolts out and want to swap to a different blade, it will snap right in there. There will be no room for any slop. It will get you right back where you were. The nice thing about the Blade X is it has a micro adjust blade angle on it as well. The way you're going to do that is there is a bolt right here that is locking down the shaft. You're going to take your Allen wrench and just loosen that up a little bit. Don't need to go much at all. Loosen that up, and then there is a set screw right here. It's probably going to be a metal set screw. I'm using a white one here just so you can see it a little bit better. But basically, take your Allen wrench in there, and as you run that left or right, your blade angle will change, so you can pick the desired blade angle you want, and then lock that blade back down. So once you lock that down, it's ready to go, and it's just a straight spring steel rest. So not a whole lot to it. One thing I will tell you, this set screw right here, that shouldn't ever be removed. All that's doing is holding that spring retainer in place. There is no adjustment that can be done with this. You can't move that blade back and forth. It's set in there, it has a step in it, so you can't move that. You cannot adjust your spring tension. Like I said, do not remove that set screw, because if you do, you're gonna have to put the whole rest back together. The spring will probably come out, and it's not really tough, but there's nothing that you can do inside that's gonna help anything. So I'll go over now how to convert, if you're shooting a Micro Elite, how to convert that over to the Blade X. So if this is your Micro Elite, I'm gonna do this off the bow. It's a little bit easier for me to show you here, but I'm gonna use a green one so you can tell the difference in the parts. Say you're shooting a Micro Elite, you decide you want to shoot the Blade X, but you don't want to buy the whole rest. You just want to buy the conversion kit. All you got to do is take your windage bolt, take that out. You'll take the whole head off here. Your Limb Driver, the Blade X. Same way, it goes right on there. Put your bolt back in, snug that down, and you're ready to go. It's going to be all set. So the parts in black here would obviously be the Blade X conversion kit. The parts in green would be your original Limb Driver. Now the only difference in the two is if you buy the Blade X, it's going to say Blade X on it. If you buy the Limb Driver Micro Elite, it's going to say Limb Driver on it. So you may be shooting a Blade X, but it says Limb Driver. You may be shooting a Blade X or a limb driven rest that says Blade X on it. So that'd be the only difference in them. But you can see it's really easy to swap those back and forth. Just one simple bolt there, put it back to whatever you want, and you're good to go.